Maxwell Anderson charged with deletion and mutilation of 19-year-old SADE Robinson. All right. How many people heard about this? If you guys heard about this, give me a thumbs up. If you guys didn't, give me a thumbs down. Okay. So we're going to listen to this.
Answers and some closure in a gruesome murder mystery that's gripped the Milwaukee area for more than a week now. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jessa Brycebeck.
And I'm Amanda Porterfield. This morning, Maxwell Anderson was charged with murdering and dismembering 19-year-old SADE Robinson. The charges link two stories we've been covering for more than a week.
Here go my question. What would inspire you to delete and then dismember somebody? Trying to get away with deleting them. But first and foremost, what would be your motive for deleting that individual? I ain't trying to. What was wrong with that dude? And I'm not trying to be funny here, but he looks very demented. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree that he looks extremely demented, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't think that he looks demented, give me a thumbs down. Sometimes you know what I'm saying, like you can kind of look at people and tell this dude got like a little Charles Manson look to him. Maybe, I don't know. I'm kind of judgmental. If you look kind of crazy, in most cases, I kind of tend to treat you like you're crazy until you prove otherwise. I know I shouldn't do that, according to societal standards, but I do because I don't care about societal standards. I do what I want to do, and I encourage everybody else to too. But yeah, I judge. Don't judge me. No, I judge. Isn't that crazy how they tell you not to judge people, but then you end up, if you get caught committing a crime, you go somewhere to be judged? Yeah, judge. I judge people. This dude looks crazy. You know what I'm saying? He looks like somebody, he looks like what might be under a Jason Voorhees mask or a Michael Myers mask or something like that. He'd be one of them people that I'd be real agitated. Like if I was in line next to him at Walmart or something, he was staring at me. Like I had to say, like, bro, what are you looking at? You know what I'm saying? Like you look weird, homeboy. One of them people that just sit there staring at you and don't say nothing or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Homeboy look weird. I'm telling you, if you get the feeling that people are weird, or if you get the feeling that something is weird, 9 times out of 10, it is. Always follow your gut. Always. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're just gonna listen to this.
The missing woman, Robinson, and body parts discovered in several locations throughout the city and county. Prosecutors now say at least 2 of those body parts are SADE Robinson's, and officers are looking for more of them.
We have team coverage for you tonight of this breaking news. CBS 58's Taj Mahal and Bryant McRae will have details on the investigation, but we start with Adam Reif live from Anderson's South Side home, breaking down the new information tonight. Adam.
And this home is where prosecutors say Maxwell Anderson killed SADE Robinson after the two went on a date last Monday. A few blocks away is where Anderson was taken into custody a few days later. In moments, you will see new video of that arrest in progress. Now, this case is bringing into light the story that has simmered in the shadows for days. While a concern...
Now, let me ask you guys this. Why do you guys think that the mainstream media is not talking about this? I mean, what was that lady, that woman, the white lady that disappeared, Gabby Petitio or whatever her name was? Shout out to Toya. What's good with it, Toya? You guys remember her? Yeah, listen, man. I ain't even going there, but yeah. Now, they had her all over the TV. You know what I'm saying? But they're not saying too much about this woman right here. And that's a shame because they should. You know what I'm saying? And you know what else is interesting? They not really flashing old boy around like the disgusting killer that he is. Yeah, family in the park looking for the body parts, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Why y'all think that the mainstream media is so silent on this? Why you think Fox News just isn't outraged about that? What was that lady? The woman that got deleted by the migrant? Oh man, they were just so up in arms about that. We got to do something about these migrants. But we don't have to do anything about this. We'll just act like this didn't happen. Did you hear about this? No, I didn't hear about it. Why didn't I hear about it? Because, you know, we don't want to hear about it. So we're going to make our news not say too much about it. Shout out to Tania. Tania says the news is already covering him for mental illness. So this is what's interesting. Don't you notice? Isn't it interesting how a lot of these people never have a mental illness until they come in contact with black people? You think that's why they hate us so much? We bring out mental illness in people. Oh man, I knew I should have went to school to be a psychologist. I could have locked everybody up and put them in a straitjacket. Then we wouldn't have anything to worry about. Because upon entering my office, you know what I'm saying, the mental illness would just jump out. Don't you guys think that there should be special protections for us from the United States government if every time people come in contact with us, they go into a psychosis and become homicidal? Don't you guys think that that's something that we should have? Shout out to Miss Nisi. Miss Nisi says being black means expendable. Not to me. Not to me, right? And hopefully not to you guys, which means that we know that nobody else is going to do anything about it, which means that we got to do something about it. We got to handle it. Right? We got to use that blade logic.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It is interesting. Now, they like to do so many studies, right? They like to do so many studies. Why don't they do the study on how contact with black people creates violent psychosis in non-black people? How come they don't do that? Make that make sense.
Family was looking for a missing woman. Body parts were turning up all across the city of Milwaukee. And now we have more information on why.
Sick son of a hurt my baby.
Sheena Scarborough did not hold back.
Sick son of a
Her hatred for Maxwell Anderson was evident from the moment her daughter.
Now look at how they talking about. Of course she hates him. Of course she hates him. He cut her daughter up into pieces. Are you serious? I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'm glad that she's not holding back for the media, and I hope that she keeps up that same intention or that same intensity. Yeah, facts. If you guys agree with Hurricane, they want her to forgive that church mindset. Facts. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. I'm glad. I'm glad that the news media picks up on the fact that she hates that guy. Because if somebody takes away one of your loved ones, learn from Botham Jean's family and that kind of mentality from over there. You don't love people that try to delete you or people that do delete you. You don't do that. Now, what's interesting about this is that they always talk about the mental illness and excuse harm against us as a result of other people's mental illness, but they never talk about the mental illness of forgiving people that actually have taken away your family members, because that's also a form of mental illness. Now, my question for you guys is, why do they not ever talk about that? I don't think that you're supposed to love people that harm you or harm your family. I don't think that you're supposed to do that. I don't think that anybody should do that. I don't think that now going back to what we talked about at the beginning of this live stream, when you tell people that you love the people that harm you, I don't think that you get forever payouts from people that harm you, like how the people did at the beginning of the live stream, if you feel what I'm saying.
And on why?
Sick son of a hurt my baby.
Sheena Scarborough did not hold back.
Sick son of a gonna pay.
Her hatred for Maxwell Anderson was evident from the moment her daughter's alleged killer walked into the courtroom. Prosecutors say Anderson and SADE Robinson went out to 2 restaurants and bars the night of April 1st, then returned to Anderson's home on South 39th Street. They say at some point that night, Anderson killed Robinson, dismembered her body, then drove her car around while he scattered the body parts in various places.
Now, let me ask you guys this. How many, why would, to me, right? If somebody does, if you've never heard, if there's no motive for him to do that, which there clearly wasn't because they had just met, this dude seems like he's crazy, like he's a sick psycho, and more than likely he's probably done this before. How many of y'all think that this dude probably has done this before? And if they actually do an actual investigation on him and not handle him with kid gloves, then they'll probably find more people that he's deleted. Probably more black women, because, you just gotta assume certain things. This dude strikes me as the type of person that targeted her and wanted to do this to her because she was black. And the reason why, I guarantee you that if we go back into his history, he's dated or been on dates with many non-white or many non-black women, and somehow they survived. See, so if you say this to somebody, they'll sit there and say, you're just focused on race. Nobody's focused on race. I guarantee you that this dude has been with multiple non-black women, and somehow they're all still alive. The one black woman that he gets with, she's scattered all over the city. And that's a non-deniable pattern. So no, nobody's going to stop talking about something because you don't like how it sounds. Because I guarantee you that family doesn't like how their daughter is mutilated and gone. And people got to keep that intensity on that. They want people to be giving people hugs like Amber Geiger got. Man, that's that Botham John stuff, man. Ain't nobody on that. Those are different people. You know what I'm saying?
The allegations and the complaints are abhorrent. It is the highest level of violence imaginable.
Anderson also ditched SADE's car and lit it on fire. He spoke just once during Friday's hearing.
Do you understand?
He clearly knew exactly what he was doing. He was definitely trying to hide the fact that he did this. And now let me ask you guys this question. When they went and told that nobody was jumping out the window to cooperate with him, that because how shameful these people are. You know what I'm saying? So when they went and told the law enforcement, law enforcement took all day. They threw the file on the desk, sat around and said, we'll have somebody working on it, and then went and sucked down a bunch of donuts. That's what happened. A bunch of don't call us, we'll call you. And real quick, shout out to everybody that's watching. We got 47 people watching it. We got 72 likes. If everybody could smash on that like button and get us over 100, even though it won't do anything, it's just good. That'd be great. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell and shared the stream to your social media, take a moment and do that as well. All right. And also be sure to hit that link in the comment section to join the Discord to never miss a notification, and make sure that you follow me on Twitter at Base Reality 2 and on Rumble and Twitch if you got Twitch.
Maximum potential penalties.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anderson's attorney first tried to get the homicide charge thrown out.
And there's nothing in here that says that she died at Mr. Anderson's home.
Up the fentanyl. They're doing the fentanyl thing again. You know, he just happened to he just happened to cut her all up and spread her all over the city. But I mean, he didn't do it though. It's amazing. It's amazing. The audacity is just all the levels are off the chart. Make sure you guys show my man DeAndre some love. Throw some like enforcers in the chat for DeAndre. Appreciate you, bro.
It was the highest level of violence imaginable.
Anderson also ditched Sade's car and lit it on fire. He spoke just once during Friday's hearing.
Do you understand the maximum potential penalties?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anderson's attorney first tried to get the homicide charge thrown out.
And there's nothing in here that says that she died at Mr. Anderson's home.
Sade's mother again lashed out.
So I'd ask you to dismiss that count before we address.
Anderson's attorney then alluded to Anderson being innocent.
Had Mr. Anderson been involved in this horrible tragedy, we would expect one to flee.
But bail was ultimately set at $5 million. Sade's family had been searching for her ever since her disappearance. Authorities used phone records.
So as you guys can see, her family had to search for her. You know, the police weren't about to get up and do it. We know why. I'm gonna let everybody. I need everybody in the comment section to answer Hurricane IQ's question. Hurricane IQ says, "What the H? Why does she sound so compassionate?" We know why. And that's what people should. That's what people need to deal with. People need to move on the answer. We know why. Shout out to DeAndre. Shout out to my man Vincent. What's good with it, bro? DeAndre says, question, Rob, because Tyler just reminded me of something. You know anything about YouTube only sending out 5 notifications per channel a day? Or you think it's a channel by channel thing? Nah, and honestly, I think 5 notifications is more than what they used to, because if I'm not mistaken, I think they used to only send out 3. But usually, in most cases, I don't really... I never use unless like I'm about to grift on Fresh and Fit later on the day, unless I'm doing some grift content because they, you know what I'm saying, giving out some views and giving some subscribers. I never really use up that many notifications. I don't really use up more than 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying? But I've heard that they limit the notifications though. If I'm not mistaken, I think back in the day they used to only put out 3. I think they only used to put out 3. That's one of the reasons why when I publish some videos, if I had other content going on, I use the Premiere format so people had an option to hit the bell, because that option to hit the bell will guarantee you another notification. But aside from that, though, I don't usually worry about the notifications too much because most of y'all in the Discord already. So y'all always get the notifications, or y'all on Twitter, something else. I don't know if that survey is still there. But if that survey is still there, most of the notifications, most people probably get them from Discord. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you already know that. You shout out to my man Vincent Harper. You already know, bro. I still got like, I was talking in the Discord earlier. I still got like 10 hours of content of Fresh and Fit that I got to do and then chop it up into like 10-minute videos. Throw that up on there. Throw that up on there. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could get the same type of engagement on this content right here, and YouTube's not going to push it out, even though the engagement is the same. You know what I'm saying? Which doesn't make any sense, which shows that they prioritize certain content over the other content. But we gonna work it though. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? You got to work within the system to break the system. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Surveillance video and home security video to close in on Anderson.
Shout out to Jay. What's good with it, Jay?
April 4th. Friday brought some answers for the family, but also more questions.
Do something like this to my beautiful baby. She hurt nobody.
And little closure.
Me and my family would never be okay. Imagine trying to bury your niece with nobody for the service. Damn.
I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just ugh. Man, that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate, man. And again, y'all know what I always say, man. No parents should have to bury their children. That's knowing this dude is a scuzz bucket and knowing that he's on Team America too. He's on Team America. Because you know all of the population at large and all the non-black people was rooting for him. They not saying anything other than sitting there telling the mom not to be a victim. Well, don't you be a victim. Well, she is the victim. Oh man, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Don't get me started.
And prosecutors say there are still missing body parts as they continue to look for all the human remains from SADE Robinson. Maxwell Anderson will return to court 1 week from Monday. Live here in Milwaukee, Adam Reif, CBS 58 News.
Such a tough story, Adam. Thank you. And we have been working to get answers to this story from law enforcement about this case for more than a week now.
And today, after days of silence, we're finally here.
So now let me ask you guys this. Why do you think law enforcement isn't giving them any information? Isn't it interesting when it comes to certain situations like this? If this was a Gabby Petito, the information would be all over the place. New York Post would have printed 15 articles about it already, and she would have been found by a bunch of YouTubers that are AI friendly, that all have over 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900, a million subscribers and done content on them. I didn't know that, Miss Nisi. Now, why would they protect him? They giving him the Chauvin treatment. Why would they protect this piece of crap? You know why they would protect this piece of crap. They protecting him more than they protected her. He's not the one that's missing body parts that everybody got to go around and find, but they protecting him.
Hearing from the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office and the Milwaukee Police Department. CBS 58's Taj Mahal joins us live in studio with more on the investigation. Tajma?
Amanda Jessup, a joint press conference was held this morning. The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office and Milwaukee Police, along with assistance from several other agencies, worked closely to connect the dots on this investigation, starting with the discovery of the severed leg at Warnemont Park.
And so the leg was amputated from the around the hip down. As a result, the leg appeared to be that of an African-American female. Subsequently,
I mean, my question is, this dude got all of these criminal skills and all of these mutilation skills to be able to cut somebody up and burn the car. He got all of these skills just overnight. Like, he took her out on a date and then just snapped. If you ask me, there's no possible way that he didn't do something like this before, because you just don't decide to start doing stuff like this. This is pattern behavior. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Tania. Tania says he has domestic violence in his past. I would not be surprised if he had even more than domestic violence in his past. I bet you this dude probably either has a past of some other stuff, or he done got away with some other stuff. Hey, Tetra said Taj Mahal. Some people's parents play too much. Hey, they be on. Hey, look, they be playing too much. Man, why? You know what I'm saying? They did it
again.
Oh man, they did it again.
A Milwaukee police officer who was aware of our investigation raised the possibility that the leg may be related to a missing person investigation that they were conducting.
The missing person was 19-year-old SADE Robinson, and we now know the leg discovered belonged to her. During a news conference, Sheriff Danita Ball and Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman confirmed many of the details listed in the criminal complaint against Maxwell Anderson, including a timeline of how the investigation began.
On Wednesday, April the 4th, our investigation led to a person of interest, Maxwell Stephen Anderson.
After the severed leg was recovered, Milwaukee police discovered SADE Robinson's car had been set on fire. The arson investigation led police to the discovery of other human remains found in Milwaukee.
Video surveillance recovered from the arson investigation led investigators to search the area of 3000 West Galena Street. On Friday, April 5th,
Facts.
Investigators.
Facts. Now we're gonna talk about his history, right? But let me ask y'all this. Why do you all think that the mainstream media is protecting his history? Because we know that they are, right? That's not even a question. But why do y'all think that they are? And again, this is one of the reasons why it's so important for us to have our own media and like our own actual media, a network with money, so that we can utilize the media to push repeated political messages and to provide information that's necessary for us to improve our situations, bringing in dough so that paychecks can get paid. You know what I'm saying? Because if we rely on this media is not created to provide information for us. Right. Now shout out to Last Name. Last Name says, why is the mainstream media covering this story with wall-to-wall coverage? Right. Well, one reason why is because the wrong color person is the victim and the wrong color person is the perpetrator. You can't have somebody out here looking like Jax on Sons of Anarchy or some Brad Pitt looking dude out here being the face of deleting some black woman. You can't do that. You can't have the people that don't do anything wrong ever in the spotlight of doing something wrong at some time. That's not how this works. That's the job of our media to do. If we want to use our media to protect ourselves, because they consider this self-protection. That's what they consider it. You know what I'm saying? Their credo is that they must harm and dominate in order to maintain freedom and sovereignty for self. Okay, bet. Right. Yeah, no outcry from the Me Too crowd, no outcry from Hollywood. Has any celebrities said anything about this? Probably not. And the reason why is because, see, resource drought. If we owned the businesses, we could pay the celebrities to spread the message about this. Act outraged and disgusted with the majority of American society, which is one of the reasons why it's important for us to get businesses so that we can create our own page shills for us. People always say that you got to fight fire with fire. I disagree 100%. I completely disagree with that statement. You got to fight fire with water, or you got to fight fire by removing all of the oxygen. How many people have ever heard of the fire triangle? The fire triangle is a graphic that represents all of the elements that's necessary for fire to continue to burn. You don't fight fire with fire. All that does is just add more fire, which doesn't necessarily do anything. You fight fire by removing one of the pieces of the fire triangle. One reason why people have a difficult time figuring out a lot of these simple situations is because the people who allegedly are supposed to be telling people how to figure out these simple situations are telling you 2 + 2 = 5. And then people don't understand why things don't add up. Well, they don't add up because you've been taught the incorrect addition. You know what I'm saying?
Located human remains in the area.
Officials say the remains found at
Right. Now, again, right. See, shout out to Patrick, right? Patrick says black celebrities only speak on white people and white issues. Now, here goes the thing, right? Why is that? That's because white people and white issues are paying their black celebrity paychecks. It's just that simple. Which is one of the reasons why we have to start creating industry, property, plant, and equipment to where we have a self-generating revenue source where we can start paying people to be our puppets. If you get a paycheck, wherever you get your paycheck from, the expectation should be for most people that most people are going to try to protect their source of revenue, which means that in order to mitigate that, we have to become the source of revenue and block out that other source of revenue. But see, the issue is that people are not interested in doing that. People literally believe that these other businesses should somehow have some type of ethical obligations that we ourselves would not practice. Let me ask you guys this question. If you have somebody held to a contractual agreement and it's not in their best interest, it's not in your best interest for them to say certain things, aren't you going to deter them from saying those certain things by levying a penalty if they break the rules of that contract? You know, you'll keep getting paid real good, but if you start getting out of hand, we're going to have to knock off 10% here or there. Nah, people want that whole paycheck. And they're weaponizing the ability to pay out the money. Anytime you are paid a paycheck, you run the risk of that unless you write your own checks. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Now, shout out to DeAndre. DeAndre says black celebrities are detached from the black community. I hear people say that, and I get where you're coming from, but I wouldn't necessarily say that they're detached from the black community. I would say that they get their pay from outside of the black community. People are loyal to the money. People can be bought. What people need to start looking at is people need to not necessarily look at loyalty or look at ethics, but look at motive. Look at motive. Most of these people are money hungry, so they'll do anything for money. But if we got people that are controlling all the money, then that blocks us out from being able to have influence. You know what I'm saying? So now I wouldn't necessarily go as far as to say that, quote unquote, black celebrities are detached from the black community. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's some celebrities that is arguable. Yeah, it's some celebrities that for sure, you know what I'm saying, are detached. You know what I'm saying? You got like Stacey Dash and people like that. Yeah, for sure. Them types, oh yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't disagree. You know what I'm saying? But you know, there's some, you know what I'm saying, you know, they you know, I don't really think that they detached, you know what I'm saying? I think what it is that they don't have any concept of loyalty, and they're loyal to where the money is. They're loyal to where that good life is coming from. They loyal to them butter biscuits. This is what people would say. And I gotta agree with DeAndre. DeAndre says, I always say anybody can be bought. And I agree with that, right? Which is why that group of people that has a lot of the money are also the group of people that have influenced the field of psychology a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Go look, how many people ever heard of Sigmund Freud? Go look up his ethnicity. How many people know about who created the American Psychiatry Association, the American Psychological Association? You ever wrote a term paper and had to cite it in APA format? Go look at who created those groups. That's one reason why those people understand psychology and understand money. Psychology plus money equals economy. And many people say that some of those people have a heavy influence on the economy because of how much money that they have. Now, here goes my question. Shout out to Patrick. I think that people should drop the expectation of other people to care about the black community. Like, to me, that if you ask me, that should literally be just a not even a factor. Not even a factor. I don't even understand why people have any expectation of that. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like, the way that I carry myself throughout the world, if you're not somebody that I'm involved with personally, I don't care. I don't care about you. I can care less if you're alive. I don't know you. You don't impact me any. You know what I'm saying? In any way. Now, as far as like racially, the way that most people get down, most people only care, for the most part, about their culture, about their quote unquote ethnicity. We need to be able to have power to dictate and determine what goes on with us. And that literally should be the only concentration. The world, it shouldn't be a popularity contest, if you ask me. It should be a power contest. Let me ask you guys this question. How popular do you think certain countries in the Middle East are? Not very popular. I guarantee you a lot of people would say that those people have a lot of people that don't care about them. But guess what? They got the money and they got the influence to make things happen, whether people want to or not. And that's what we got to do. We have to be able to impose our will. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Terrence. Those people have a lot of power when you have to refer to them as those people. Right. Exactly. And shout out to Patrick. Patrick says white power isn't gonna put in someone like Rob. They don't want anything spreading influence. They don't control. I wouldn't want to be put in by them. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no desire to be put in by them. And also, I know that the way that things are, they're engineered to not put in somebody by me, like me, right? First and foremost. But second of all, I don't even have that desire. I don't want to be a part of none of that. You know what I'm saying? I want to be my own organism. It's already bad enough using these social media platforms. You know what I'm saying? And see, like, if you ask me, like, that's the mentality people got to have. People got to start trying to figure out the way to keep as many hands off as possible. You know what I'm saying? But people are not encouraged to move or think like that. People are not encouraged to move or think like that. That's why I always be saying, like, when I do my content, when I'm, you know what I'm saying, talking about something on YouTube, I'm not going to gaslight people. I'm not going to give people false hope and tell them, you know, let's just have a conversation that people we've been having a conversation with for centuries that act like they don't understand English are going to finally wake up and snap out of it one day. It's not them that needs to wake up and snap out of anything. They know exactly what they're doing. If they need to wake up and snap out of something, and they've been asleep this entire time, maintaining control over the entire planet's resources, I definitely don't want to wake them up. You know what I'm saying? But there's little simple things that people can do that influential people know that they could encourage people to do that they don't purposely because they need a job. It's a lot of ciphers in the system. It's a lot of ciphers. They sitting there acting like they on the Nebuchadnezzar right there with you. Meanwhile, they sitting there having a nice, succulent, medium well steak with Agent Smith. And a lot of people be at the restaurant and see them sitting there talking to Agent Smith, but they love him so much they'll let it go. Both situations are a problem. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Multiple locations in Milwaukee are still being processed for official identification, although Sheriff Ball says they do not believe multiple victims are involved.
Oh yeah, man, listen, bro, man, listen. I got this stream planned. I got some streams that I did a long time ago talking about Dr. Rashad Ritchie. We're gonna have to discuss him a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I think so too. Shout out to Black Spider. I believe that. Because I guarantee you she's not the first date that he's ever went on. And I guarantee you all the non-black dates that he went on survived. So again, that's a difference in the pattern. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Black Spider. Black Spider said, I think he picked her out because she was black and had already planned to delete her. Facts. If you guys agree with Black Spider, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. And also, real quick, shout out to y'all. If y'all haven't smashed that like button yet, please take a moment, smash the like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell, and share the stream to your social media. And again, also, if you're not part of the Discord, hit that link that's pinned in the chat and join the Discord.
Sheriff Ball also told me that search efforts in this investigation are not over.
Are you still searching for remains for Ms. Robinson?
Yes, we are.
And Sheriff Ball says right now they do not know where those remains might be. I also asked her about the reports of a sex dungeon found inside Anderson's home.
See, what I tell you, a sex dungeon found inside of Anderson's home? How many people heard about this sex dungeon that this fool had in his home? A sex dungeon. Just deranged.
Ball declined to provide any further details on that or anything else.
Why?
And Sheriff Ball says right now they do not know where those remains might be. I also asked her about the reports of a sex dungeon found inside Anderson's home. Ball declined to provide any further details on that or anything else found during the search of his home. There are still many questions here, among them where Robinson was killed.
Now, I'm gonna tell you guys this he probably just felt emboldened to delete this woman because he thought that he would just be able to delete a black person and get away with it for real, because that's what society tells these people.